We did talk with the police chief, Benjamin Moskowitz, about what unfolded this morning, and he was able to tell us exactly what transpired at about 10:50 this morning. Do we have that sound?
39-year-old Christopher Lucrisia, we're looking for him for several outstanding Paris warrants for stuff that happened earlier in the week. We got information that he was in the Quantico Street area, which is kind of one of the commercial areas here in Hilo. Officers making checks of the Prince Kuhio Plaza on Kaneohe and Quantico came across a vehicle in the parking lot, and they observed someone that they recognized as Lucrisia in the front passenger seat. So they watched as the vehicle, as a white Chevy pickup truck, pulled into a parking spot and stopped. And at that point, they got out of their cars, wearing their police equipment with big police name labels on it, and approached the car on foot. They approached the pickup truck on foot. They identified themselves. They announced their presence. They ordered the driver to turn the vehicle off and for the occupants not to move. But rather than follow those directions, Lucrisia decided to brandish a firearm, a handgun. He pointed it at the officers and he fired at least 2 rounds. The suspect and the driver of the pickup truck fled. A few hours ago, around 6 o'clock this evening, we did get information that that the pickup truck might be in the area of Ihope Road in Mountain View. So around 6 o'clock, officers responded up there and were able to locate and recover the pickup truck. And then they were also able to locate the driver of the pickup truck, 23-year-old Silas Zion of Pahoa, who was arrested without incident. But at this point, the shooter, Christopher Lucrisia, is still at large. We need to look everywhere. I mean, we believe he's on the island somewhere, but our manhunt is not going to stop until we get Mr. Lucrisia into custody, and hopefully that happens as safely as possible. So what I want people to know is, if you know where Christopher Lucrisia is, or you have a way to contact him, tell him to call, or you call us, so that we can get him into custody safely. The last thing we want is anybody else to be injured or as a result of this terrible incident.
So how did Big Island Police get to this confrontation this morning? Well, according to Hawaii Island Police, at around 1 a.m. on Monday, March the 10th, 39-year-old Lucrisia arrived at a Hilo Street residence in Mountain View, demanding to see his ex-girlfriend, a 39-year-old Mountain View woman. Now, after a brief argument in the driveway area, Lucrisia took out a handgun and fired at least 1 round into the ground. Now, police believe shrapnel from that round struck the 39-year-old woman, causing superficial wounds to her legs and feet. Lucrisia fled the area. Now, as a convicted felon, he is prohibited from owning or possessing a firearm or ammunition. Police were called, initiated a reckless endangering and firearms charge against him. Then at around 10:45 in the morning on Wednesday, this is March 12th, Lucrisia returned to that same home, that same street address, and entered without permission. Now, once inside, Lucrisia threatened a bedridden 75-year-old woman with a firearm and stole a bag from her before threatening again to kill his ex-girlfriend, who was not home at the time. Police responded and initiated a robbery and additional firearms cases against Lucrisia, which ultimately led to what unfolded this morning in the parking lot of the Prince Kuhio Plaza.